Hey, what's up, guys? Dr. Brandon Schreiner here with Revive Chiropractic and Max Living, and this is your Revive Chiropractic tip of the week every single week, looking to bring hope, health, and wholeness to you and your family so you can live to your God-given potential. And so this week I'm talking about genetics. If I have to hear this again from somebody saying, hey, my genes control my health, my dad has heart disease, and so therefore I'm going to, everybody in my family has diabetes, and so my doctor's saying that my diabetes are genetic, my cancer is genetic, my allergies are genetic, my headaches are genetic, my spine is in the position that it's in because my parents' spine are in the position that they were in, so therefore I inherited their spine. I'm going to go nuts because, a long time ago, the Human Genome Project kind of took over the world and said, okay, well, life is and our health is based on our genes. And so, the medical community got a hold of this and said, okay, wow, if nothing is based on lifestyle, and it doesn't matter if you eat organic, you exercise, you get adjusted, you do all these things, and we can manipulate people into believing that, hey, our whole life is based on our genetics, and they're not actually the genetics that we have, they can't be manipulated into something different, then hey, we got them. Because what can happen here is that if they have cholesterol, they have blood pressure, they have diabetes, we're going to put them on these medications for the rest of their life, because if there's no way of changing them, then we have to keep them stable. And so hence the reason why people are on cholesterol medication the rest of their life, hence the reason why blood pressure medication, an aspirin a day to keep the doctor away type of thing. I was actually just reading in a research article that it actually would take 140 aspirins taken to prevent one heart attack. 140 aspirins taken to prevent one heart attack. And it's just crazy how much gastrointestinal bleeding is happening. What about metformin, right? Cancer. What about cholesterol medications? We're talking about erectile dysfunction. We're talking about, brain physiological changes, chronic pain. And so I want to talk to you about a study that just came out, and there's tons of them, but this was in 2018, and I'm kind of going to go over here just so I can get this right. This is the Weizmann Institute of Science. This was published in Nature. So if you know anything about the Nature journal, it was at one point in time one of the highest scientific medical journals in all the world. So this isn't coming out of a case study. What they did is that the Weizmann group, which is an individual set of researchers, they studied 1,000 Israeli individuals, and they studied them over the period of time. And what they were trying to figure out is that the human genome, or the medical community will say, that your gut microbiome is determined by your genetics. So therefore, if you have bad genes, then you have a bad microbiome. And because microbiome is super big right now, like if you have a toxic gut, then you have toxic health. And so, medicine's taking a look at this and saying, I'm going to grab a hold of this and I'm going to say, okay, well, if I can get people to believe that their gut microbiome is actually genetic and it can't be changed, then we'll come out with a drug that will actually manipulate that, so we can sell more product. So this research study actually says that, hey, what they found was astonishing. So they took 1,000 Israeli individuals and they studied them. They had, blood pressure issues, cholesterol issues, all these different things. And what they found was, get this, that the researchers were surprised to discover that the host genetics play a very minor role in determining microbiome composition, only accounting for, get this, 2% variation between populations. So 98% of the microbiome of those 1,000 individuals' guts was based on lifestyle. So if they were toxic, then they had a bad microbiome. If they were healthy and they had a healthy diet, then they had a healthy microbiome. What they also found is that just because they had a toxic gut didn't mean it couldn't be reversed. And if they had a healthy gut and I had a bad lifestyle, then it can be, reversed for the bad. So if you're listening to this and you've been told by your doctor that your genes control your health, here's what I want you to understand. Genes play a massive role in your health, but they're not your destiny. Right? If you choose the donut over the apple, you will manipulate and turn on bad genes. If you choose to sit on the couch and do nothing, you will be unhealthy and you will actually have turn on bad genes. If you choose to take medication instead of actually fix the problem, you're feeding into toxicity, which turns on bad genes. If you're, if you have stinking thinking, if you are around negative people and you're constantly kind of like in this emotional state of stress, then you're going to turn on bad genes. This is all proven. We kind of step aside for a second and realize that our health is nobody's responsibility besides ours. My health is my responsibility. Your health is not my responsibility. Now, I play a part in that, and you play a part in that, right? And so I tell patients all the time, if you want to get 100% results, then you have to give 100% effort. And here's the negative thing about this. Here's where the stinking thinking comes in. If you believe that your health is based on your genes, then that's a huge crutch that you carry around. So we gotta turn that around and believe that, hey, God doesn't create junk. My body was beautifully and wonderfully created, and I can do this, and it just takes time, it takes hard work, it takes effort, it takes resources, it takes knowledge. Remember, knowledge is potential power, potential being the key word there. We can know all this stuff, but yet not use any of it. So, hey, this is your tip of the week. Genes don't control your health. If you want a copy of this study, just email the front desk. I'll have them send it over to you. It's pretty awesome. And until next week, my wife and I, Dr. Samantha, Dr. Mary, everybody here at Revive Chiropractic, we pray that you have an amazing, healthy, blessed week. Bye-bye.